Hello, it's Bert Rabbe again. I want to talk to you about workpiece hold down on the MultiCam with the new spoilboard system. There are going to be several different ways that we'll develop on how to do it, but I'm going to give you a few first starters of how you can use the new system and avoid screws. Remember, that's the key thing we're doing. Good spoilboard, no screws. Start with, use the arrow down the zones. Only the zones you're using are in play, and maybe you're down to just a single zone or two zones. But these zones are 30 inches by 40 inches. The plastic coated freezer paper we have for you to use is 30 inches wide, perfect fit for a zone. Peel off of however many 40-inch length pieces you need to cover the zones you have active. Lay that out over the zone. Put your workpiece on top of it. And let's say you have an odd shaped workpiece. Take a razor, cut around it. Pick your workpiece up, take the piece of paper out, put your workpiece down. Now, the only place the vacuum is pulling is on your workpiece, and you've maximized the amount of hold down pressure that you have. This will solve a lot of the small item issues, and it will work for anything that is flat enough and not so slick that it's easy to move around on the spoilboard. Now, I just mentioned two things that are, well, what about these? That wouldn't work as well. So let's say you do have a small piece, you've put it here, you've tried to move it, and yes, it'll move. We're still trying to figure out how to not use screws, so what are the other options that you could do at that point? One would be to take carpet tape or some other double-sided sticky tape and put it underneath your piece, stick it down to the spoilboard in the cutout that you've made. CNC users everywhere use carpet tape, and you will find this to be a very effective way of holding down small things that are hard to hold down otherwise. Something else you can do. Let's say that your piece is so uneven on the bottom, maybe it's the side of a tree and it's really got a lot of irregularity to it, and even tape doesn't work. But you could figure out how to put some screws into it if you were to screw through a piece of wood up into it from the bottom. So let's draw that. Let's say I've got this, and I'm going to carve out of the top of it or do lettering on it or so forth. Take a piece of plywood that is big enough for your part to sit on. Run screws up from the bottom. Let me draw this a different way. Here's your piece of plywood. Run screws up from the bottom, preferably flathead so that you've got a smooth bottom to it as well. But this piece of plywood is a big enough footprint that the zone will hold it down. Take that, put it on your zone, and now you're able to cut. No holes in the spoilboard, no screws in anything that you're wanting to avoid, though I will warn you, you will learn, as all of us do doing this, the screw you put in from the bottom will be in the wrong place, and you will hit it with your bit if you don't really think about it. So you know you're driving screws up that you can't see and position so they won't be in your path. So that is two ways that you can position really small items that even a mass zone won't cover. There are other kinds of things like cam clamps and so forth that we're working on. As those become available, we'll put a video up showing that being in use. I also encourage this creative bunch of makers to contribute their ideas. Once you work with it, you find something that really works, let's share it with the group so we all can benefit from it. Thank you.